Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are looking at Dixie on a daily time frame, and as you can see, already looks like we got some upside coming up into the start of the day, and we got a lot of bullish divergence coming in. First tap of the 21, we already got a little bit of a pushback. The goal today is to close above that 21 EMA, which is around 101.90, and then we could look for continuation back into 102.50 and so on. It's going to take some time because every time the 21 EMA has gotten hit, it has gotten rejection. But if we can maintain open and closes above the 9 EMA, the opportunity to actually claim this 21 EMA would be bigger. And then we'll look for a tap of this area and find a pull back into the 21 EMA and consolidate, get tighter before a further breakout. So a little rounding action accumulation is what I'm looking for. And that's all I was trying to say, that as if this occurs and we do claim that 21 EMA, we should be looking for downside and local highs on Bitcoin and Ethereum and tech stocks moving forward. And if this actually does get rejected and we close under 101.60 today, then we can look for upside continuation on Bitcoin, ETH, and tech stocks until we get a test again of the 101 area to see if we're going to hold it or if we're going to lose it to the lower level that I showed you on the higher time frame in yesterday's video, such as the monthly. But we're not going to go look at anything extra right now. Let's go straight into perps, into Bitcoin on a daily time frame. And of course, you're already seeing the downside starting to creep in, and that's to be expected as Dixie gets some upside. Right now, this cross is what I want to avoid. So today, if we don't cross the 21 and the 9 EMA and close a daily candle underneath, and we close around 28,500 and go sideways here, then that has a lot of possible upside continuation for tomorrow. Depending on today's close and tomorrow's engulfing bullish candle or not, we can look for further upside above the high that we had locally before this major sell-off that occurred like a week or two back after the ETH upgrade. And now we're basically consolidating, and anyone who wanted to sell sold off in these recent dumps. Anyone who was over leveraged got out, and we can consolidate between 27.5 and 28.5 and look for sideways and up in that accumulation to occur over time. Hopefully, depending on what the market brings, that's the possibility we have. I just want to quickly show you the weekly. Like right now, this weekly can go all the way down to 27,700 area, and you should still be okay. But it's closing under 27.7. That becomes a risk for you to go much deeper. And I'm looking for 25, ideally 25,800-ish in a few weeks if we are going to see the downside. If we hold this, then I want to go and see us get into that 34,000 area. So those are the two ranges we're going to be testing. This is the middle. Either we're going to consolidate this middle and continue up, or we'll consolidate lower and lower and lower with these local highs, getting lower and lower and lower, and we'll probably tap into the 21 in a few weeks as it comes up higher as we are moving along through time. Let's go to a quick 4-hour chart and see what's going on over there. So as you can see, we lost 200 EMA and now we're holding the 200 EMA. What we need to do, and then oscillators actually cooled off. What we need to do is hold 28,300 moving forward. As long as you have continual closes above 28,300 and sideways, all oscillators will get opportunity to cool off, and then you can see market bias actually inflate. You will see it mark price up because all the sellers will be exhausted. There'll be more buyers than sellers, but you have to maintain, like, this is what we're seeing on daily. We don't want to cross under. So since we crossed under, we got this deeper dive in that 4-hour time frame. Today, the goal is to hold this 200 EMA and go above. Otherwise, the continuation will come on that daily and probably go into 27,000 and test these lows over here before we go lower to, like, possibly 25,800, like I was saying. So just be aware of that moving forward. Let's go now to a weekly on ETH. So as you can see on the weekly of ETH, we had a little bit of a doji last week, and this week we can continue to test the low of this candle. Ideally, I don't want to go under 1760 because going under 1760 is going to be a risk of avoiding this cross and this being a bull trap, meaning we are looking for much lower levels such as 1450 and so on. So I don't want that to happen, but that is the possibility. As long as we hold this 1830 moving forward, we can look for a weekly continuation sideways and then up to take out the highs again above 2150 to the 2400 area. Uh, Remember on a video a day ago, I showed you the CME gap. That would be my target on a uh, like realistic trade long term wise. And here's the daily time frame on ETH. You can see that we've corrected quite significantly to the downside. 1760 area is where we would want to hold support at and not go under. 1830 would be ideal not to go under, but having these higher lows is good, but continually testing after this cross down is a risk of continuation further, and this just turning into a distribution, like this head and shoulder situation that people are probably looking at. I'm hoping it's a fake out by just holding the 55 EMA here on 1830 and then looking for higher before we see a larger correction in either direction. I just want to take this liquidity back out before we look for lower in my sense. Um, Today would be ideal to hold this 1830, and it would be even better to get above 1860 and close the daily above it. That will give us more safety of confirming these lows as support and looking for continuation higher into the resistance that we got rejected from so fast after ETH upgrade. Now that those people have plenty of time to do whatever they wanted to do, the people who are actually interested can start, accumulating ETH and starting putting them on the um, staking network for making their interest dividends, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I do think that long term ETH is going to be a good asset of providing reliable gains because the tech is very sound, and this is if Bitcoin becomes the bank currency of the world, since these banking crises, which JP Morgan just bought out first for probably pennies on the dime, but um yeah, if these banking crisis continues and we see a larger issue of debts not being paid back and governments continually printing, well, then the use case of Bitcoin will be proven, and it's only been like, what, like 12, 13 years. So um, that will bring the rest of the crypto market with it. So as Bitcoin dominance grows, which is not good for alts or ETH, it will eventually flow back into the market after the crisis has been averted. Right now, people are in fear mode, so they're using Bitcoin as a store of value. And even though there's a little bit of volatility in there, there's still a use case for long term, which, like, any long term holder will tell you, if you hodl long enough, you'll eventually be in the green. So, in that sense, if some of these altcoins that you guys are in, like, oh, sorry guys, I'm on a 1 minute time frame because I'm actually in a trade. I'm watching this long that I bought. Sorry about that. I want to see us test into that 1860 area before we actually try to sweep these liquidity wicks to the low, because of the fact that I know that we're doing this like rounding distribution thing, like right here. This thing can easily just roll on over and come lower to these 1780 whatever levels. But a little bit of a liquidity grab as New York opens up to the upside would be great, because I think this whole move started 12 hours ago, and we're at the point where, like, come on, a little bit of reversion to the mean. Like, give us like 1870, just so you can take all the people who shorted this low out and then go back lower if you need to do that. If the market maker is looking for that kind of liquidity even lower, that's fine. Just go up, get some FOMO builds up into the market open, and then roll it over later. So, uh, yeah, I forgot what the point I was saying, but yeah, if Bitcoin becomes a global standard, then you will see a few of these alts that provide some use cases. Like, I liked VeChain, but it's just, very stagnant in price. But VeChain with the RFID technology of like tracking vaccines and food and temperature and stuff like that, I thought that was great. Authentication of like luxury goods. I thought that was great, but I'm just waiting on everyone else to catch on to that. Um, Full disclosure, I don't own any of that and anymore, but I did at one point. And then like ETH, it's great because of the smart contracts. And now that it's proof of stake, it doesn't have the negative connotation of mining and the energy costs associated with it and the global pollution that it contributes to. It won't have that because of the fact that it's a proof of stake coin. So um, these things will eventually carry on. It took Bitcoin 12, 13 years before some of you guys became interested in it. So in another 10, 20 years, you can just imagine it'll be like, that much more popular. So moving forward, I will see you guys in the Discord later if possible. If you are interested in going on a live with me, the link to the server is in the description of this video below, alongside all the other affiliate services that I use and recommend. Now that I know that Bybit is going KYC, I will keep my account there, but I will go to MEX, which I know there's some controversy with that exchange right now with the way that they're making their market, but just as like a backup, I have OKX, BingX, Mexi, and Bybit. All of those links are in the affiliate section below if you guys are looking for a service provider. I use them and they help me grow, so thank you so much. Aside from that, guys, leave a like, subscribe, tell me how your weekend was. I had a fantastic one, and now I'm back to the Monday work grind. If you guys need me, you know you can find me in the Discord server, so feel free to say hello. And aside from that, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget May Madness, Mayday, Mayday, May. It starts. So if you're interested in the monthly for the Discord members side, please feel free to DM me and I will get you guys signed up for the members side where you can trade with us with not just Bitcoin and ETH, but some altcoins as well. Thank you so much. Have a great day.